Good morning and welcome to Daily Scuba News. Now, the scuba community is a fun place and we do make fun of one another and we play pranks.
I love it when you plank me.
We play pranks on one another from time to time, but this guy has taken it to another level and, not in a good way. So he actually stepped over the line. So whilst diving with a group in the Philippines, two separate divers in completely separate groups on different days experienced difficulty breathing during their dive because someone had turned their air off. As a joke, not a particularly funny
To be fair,
joke.
out of all that prank video that we did, the majority of the comments are just turn the air off. Just turn the air off.
What's the worst that could happen?
Anyway, the first diver who has only been identified as you, was diving at 50 meters when they had difficulty breathing. He signaled to the guide who has supplied them with gas. It's actually called oxygen.
Oh.
I love one of you saying that.
Sure.
Gas and inspected their gear. The tank valve was closed. There you go. Once the valve was, reopened, they could continue their dive. Yay. You went on record to say, I didn't notice anything at the time, when the tank valve was actually closed. I guess it's stored up. There's so much air stored up within the valves and stuff like that.
If they do it very carefully, you can't really notice it, and then you get about 3 breaths.
And then you're like, oh dear. Anyway, yeah, couldn't breathe. I knew, obviously when he couldn't breathe, something was up. So, someone must have closed it.
Yes. So another diver in the group spotted a man swim up to Yu's tank and attempt to meddle with his tank a second time as well. So this man was later identified as
Mark Newman.
Tingay Lau from Shanghai, who had earlier threatened to close Yu's tank valve for fun, just for giggles. Understandably, Mr. Lau was transferred to another group the following day.
Why did they just kick him off?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, with the new group, he decided to pull the exact same prank on another diver. This time at 10 meters. This time, diver Dong Hai had difficulty breathing and needed his tank valve opening during the dive.
So Dong Hai complains to the group's instructor that Lau, is it Lau?
Lau.
I'm going to say that. Apologised, for his behaviour the same day on a group chat saying, it was just a prank. It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Gone without thinking of the consequences, even though he'd already done it once before.
Yeah.
And he knew. Anyway, obviously he did not apologise, or you, the first victim, did not accept the apology, obviously. Why would you? It's like stabbing someone with a knife and then saying it's just a joke.
Well,
I get that. You can dive. Yeah. Anyway, Lau tried to apologise again later, and the second victim,
Dong
Hai, responded by saying he was discussing the matter with his lawyer. Really?
I don't know. If you've got a good enough lawyer, it's almost manslaughter, or even murder, if he had died.
But he
Attempted murder. It could be. I don't know.
Does the law on land apply to the law in the sea?
There's land underneath you. It's just got water in between you and it. I don't know. Anyway, it is all fun and games until you potentially kill someone like this guy. So if you're planning a prank, then, think about it all the way through and consider what the very worst possibility or the worst possible outcome could be. For some reason, training agency SDI went on record to say that Lau held no qualification with them.
They literally was like, I don't know him. They literally just went like that.
Well, I don't know why SDI did it, because there are plenty other training agencies. You'll probably find that the press that were sort of researching it asked them specifically.
Yeah. Well, I guess, to be fair, though, depends on what the group were. They could all be in Paddy.
Exactly.
I blame Paddy.
Yeah. I couldn't actually find any other training agencies talking about his certs neither. But, just don't mess around with other people's tank valves. How should this guy be charged? Attempted murder or... I don't know. It is a stupid prank and it needs to be no.
I think that's it. I think maybe give him a fine.
Bad touch.
Get him to do some community service. I think that's it. I think... the intent wasn't to kill the person, it was just to freak them out a little bit.
Yeah, but it's daft. Even during your dive master, when I was training, you're kind of like, oh, I can't breathe. Oh, someone's turned my air off. It's kind of like, it's to see how they react, but not just a random Joe who you've just met. It's not funny. Anyway, luckily nobody was hurt, but you're a fine line away from someone bolting to the surface if their rig suddenly stopped working.
Well, nothing happens wrong with that when you do that. Bolting's fine.
What's the worst thing that could happen? Rapidly holding your breath and swimming up to the surface.
Yeah.
Nothing. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments and reconsider that prank that you're planning, just in case. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.
Nah, keep pranking, bro.
We are an online dive store serving the UK and the world for all your diving equipment needs. So why not visit us at simplyscuba.com or click the box on your screen.